When it comes to pure bad manners in COD esports, few if any match Damon Karma Barlow.
They better be ready.
From shooting bodies to teabagging to trash talking, Karma always found a way to get under his opponent's skin, and he did so well, becoming the first ever 3-time Call of Duty World Champion. This is how COD's most disrespectful player became one of the greatest of all time. Karma began competing professionally in 2011 during Black Ops 1, but his breakthrough would actually happen 2 years later with the release of BO2. Initially though, expectations of him were pretty minimal. He wasn't as recognised as other players like Scump, JCap and Aches. But Karma didn't care. Despite being winless in the pro scene, he made it clear just how confident he was in himself, changing his alias to Karma God in-game. This was a ballsy move, but at the first MLG event of the year, Karma proved that he could walk the walk.
Karma picks up another kill, now he has Hellstorm, I believe. He got the Hellstorm as he gets another kill. Karma, man, is just tearing it up here. He's got 9 consecutive kills, make it 10.
Really good play by Unite because he was close to that lightning strike and sentry gun.
Yeah, Parasite threw that concussion grenade, or EMP rather.
And Damon Karma, he's just one of the best players I've ever played with. Smartest, by far.
So close to get that bomb down. I think he was just trying to get out.
And Karma's gonna clutch it anyway!
Oh my goodness!
Fariko Impact were champions of MLG Dallas, and it was arguably Karma who had played the best.
If you could name one MVP from the team, who was your superstar this tournament?
Definitely Karma. Karma absolutely destroyed players. He had probably one bad game.
But this event was just a taste of what was to come. 2 weeks later, there was another tournament, this time across the pond in the UK. This was EGL 9. EGL was one of the biggest tournament hosts in Europe at the time, and even had big teams like OpTic Gaming come over in the Modern Warfare 3 season. This time, Impact were the only American team at the event, but that didn't stop Karma from playing at his peak. Throughout the tournament, he made play after play to dismantle the EU teams.
Is he going to see someone in the train? Yes, he is.
Oh, now it's a 1v1 situation. Karma needs to look out the window right now. And he sees them. And Karma picks up the kill.
Is he going to have time to defuse?
I don't know. So close. He has like a second if he let. He has just over, I think. I think he started at 8 seconds.
Oh my days. He gets it!
Oh my god, he gets the
defuse!
But what stung even more for his enemies was that Karma shot their bodies at basically every opportunity he got.
Blue player head collecting the bomb. Oh. Excellent. Get caught with his pants down, and Karma's being a little bit cheeky there with that shot to the head.
Celebrating.
In the end, Fariko Impact were champions in Blackpool, with Karma the unanimous MVP of the event.
So influential with the kills that he's getting.
Yep.
And it's not just, you know, he's picking up kills left, right, and center. He's picking up important kills all the time.
Europe had no answer for him, and soon enough, it would be the whole world. Because at COD XP, the biggest tournament of the year, Fariko Impact entered as heavy favourites.
Is going to be it unless Epcon can change something up very, very quick. Karma taking out 3 though, and that is going to be the winning 3-piece to get this team the win.
They better step their game up because we're not going to stop playing and we're just going to get better, so they better be ready.
But this was a completely different level of competition, all the best teams in attendance, with $1 million up for grabs at the first ever World Championship. But Karma showed the pressure didn't faze him. Not only did he have another standout event, but he continued his tradition of shooting bodies even in high pressure situations. Karma just didn't care.
The MVP of MLG Dallas, the MVP of EGL, arguably the best player in the world.
He rose to the occasion once again, leading his team to the first ever World Championship in COD. 3 events, 3 arguable MVPs. Karma left no doubt he was the best player in the world. But with all dynasties, the end eventually comes, and for Fariko, their reign of dominance was surprisingly short. At MLG Anaheim, Impact weren't just the best team, but they were also the most hated team as well. But it wasn't just Karma who had bad manners, his whole team did too. Every time a poll went up asking fans who they wanted to win, Impact would always lose by a landslide.
He's got a small trap with Karma once again. He's going to be left by himself. Earns himself a health from. Can he shut down Mankind? Yes, he can. Fully streaks. Fantastic placement from him. And once again, a celebration from Karma.
Fans were desperate for a team to finally shut them up. Unfortunately for the fans, there was one team ready to break out. In the grand finals, Impact were dominated by Complexity, now with their brand new AR player in Clayster. And things went from bad to worse for Fariko, who were defeated once again by Complexity at Gfinity. From winning 4 in a row to now winless, Karma had enough, and the dynasty run was swiftly over. Teammate Killer later alluded to Karma having attitude problems behind the scenes, which may have contributed to their premature disbandment.
He would get next level pissed, bro. He'd be like, what the f are you doing? Like, to the point where you couldn't even practice. Like, he's like, I'm not getting on tomorrow.
As Karma joined Team EnVyUs, hopes were high for this new roster, and there was no doubt he wanted to prove his old teammates wrong. Unfortunately for him at UMG Atlanta, it was his old teammates who had the last laugh, and Killer clearly confirmed their frustration with him on that former team.
You look at this! Karma, you are nervous! I seen you get nervous, boy! I seen it! I seen it! You were shaking a chance!
Who can't anchor, Damon? Who can't anchor?
Zip him up!
Karma, though, was not the type of character to let this get in his head for too long. He continued to showcase why he was the best player in the game, with some otherworldly plays at Gfinity too.
Scorpion, and here comes the damage. Karma on a 15, make it 16 kill spree, going huge for Envy without anyone from Enigma fighting back. This is just getting bloody. 23 kill streak, this is the biggest streak we have ever seen.
Man, as nothing seems to be hitting Karma as he takes down another 2.
If this was a pub, he would have a swarm right now.
This is an international champion of the best teams in the world, and he's making it seem like these guys don't even have hands.
Please, please, please. No! No! Karma, please do it to him. Please do it to him. Please do it to him. There's 3 of them. They're all inside the generator. Karma going for the ninja defuse. 45% of the way through. They want chicken and bomb. Karma, yes! I get the ninja defuse! Oh my Karma! Ridiculous. What have we just seen? The confidence.
But as a whole, his time on Envy was full of disappointment. Not a single Grand Finals appearance, and even more controversy behind the scenes.
Dude, sick of it, dude. You're like, I don't even know why I'm playing with you, dude. What are you talking about? Are you serious?
Heading into 2014, Karma was determined to reinforce his position as the best player in the game. But early on, all signs pointed towards yet more disappointment for Envy. Were Karma's attitude problems, if you saw them that way, holding him back from sustainable success? But Karma doubled down on his unapologetic persona. He soon started making YouTube videos roasting his fellow competitors, which definitely ruffled a few feathers.
I'm better than Neslo. I use 2 attachments. He uses a thermal grip muzzle brake. Neslo, you are lost.
Karma's career seemed to be in limbo, but just as the first event concluded, he would receive a golden opportunity to get himself back in business. After winning MLG Columbus and establishing themselves as a potential dynasty, Complexity shocked the world. They made a roster change, and Clayster was the man to be dropped.
And although we had so much success with Clayster and he's easily one of the best players in the game, we feel that his attitude and dedication is just not there anymore.
Karma, on the other hand, a cold-blooded assassin who only cared about winning in the eyes of his new Complexity teammates. The move they thought was a no-brainer, and in the following event, Karma wasted little time in proving exactly why he was picked up.
Yeah, B-, that's Karma with 1 Karma with the 2-piece sniper rifle! And Aix is gonna let him know that's why they picked up Karma.
You can't snipe like that, Clay! You can never snipe like that, Clay!
But what made things even more infuriating for Clayster is that Karma would pull off the craziest clutch and then shoot your body in the very next game.
I wanted a winning team, and that's what we came out and did, and I'm happier than ever, so.
But with the World Championship looming, it was time to get serious, because Karma had the chance to make history, becoming the first ever 2-time World Champion.
20 seconds, it is ticking away, and OpTic gonna know this, but there's the kill on Karma! Picks up Clayster, now it's a 1 versus 1. Punt is gonna go down.
Oh no, right behind him.
Yes, Karma does! Oh no! Karma just destroyed Nadeshot!
With his former Fariko teammates failing to even qualify, Karma was ready to prove he was the MVP. And in the end, it wasn't even close. Complexity destroyed everyone en route to victory, a performance which people still regard as the most dominant champs win of all time. Complexity continued to have the esport in a chokehold as the team later moved over to the Evil Geniuses organisation. This was a second dynasty for Karma, and many wondered who could take them down. But this era would not last forever. In fact, it was soon coming to a close as Karma departed for FaZe. His wife Holly was due to give birth to their daughter Bella, resulting in no attendance at UMG Dallas. Miscommunication, it seems, over this issue, or whatever it was, led to tempers flaring, and with results not as strong as they might have been, Karma was out. On FaZe Clan though, Karma was no longer with a dynasty around him. It was a different test. Could he win a tournament without a superstar roster? But at UMG Nashville, Karma passed the test with flying colours, increasing his tally to 6 tournament wins that year. Ultimately though, this roster would not stick together into the Advanced Warfare season, and fans might already have known this, as a Twitch stream from Censor showed serious cracks in the foundation.
I'm alive and I killed 2 guys.
Yeah, that's my point. We have 2 dead and we know where they're spawning.
Okay, but I'm at their middle alley dick.
Okay, you guys can do the same shit every time we play this map.
Damon.
You never get on flags and you do that. Don't say Damon. You want me to tell you what's wrong? You guys aren't doing the right shit.
Alright, Damon, whatever, dude. I won't bother anymore then.
Cause yeah, you're the reason we always lose, dude.
Okay, I won't bother then.
After losing a scrim match, Karma did not hold back on his teammate, continuing a familiar pattern of arguments that seemed at this point to follow him everywhere.
And then when their downfall happened, he messaged me wanting to join my team. So I picked him up. He treated me like shit. I won a championship with him.
But Karma knew what he was doing, and in 2015 he would be tested like never before. He started the season on OpTic Nation, the B team of the organisation, and if that wasn't bleak enough, his teammates did not transition as well as he did to the new jetpack mechanics. Despite showing glimpses of being a top player individually, the team disappointingly bowed out of champs in top 16. But the misery wouldn't last too long, because the main team, they only placed 7th, and Karma rightfully landed a spot with Nadeshot stepping away into a hiatus. He finally had the opportunity he was waiting for, but it wasn't how he expected it to go. For the first time, Karma was teaming with Scump and Formal, also known as T2P. T2P were immense slayers, just like Karma was, so there was a feeling that Karma couldn't play how he always did. At this point, Scump, Karma, Crimsix and Formal were arguably the 4 best players in the world, and Karma wouldn't be able to just slay out like usual. So what was the adaptation to be? In order to keep winning, Karma felt the best strategy was for him to take more of a back seat, opting for the objective work and the rotations. But this transition to OBJ wasn't without its challenges. For starters, Advanced Warfare featured a brand new game mode called Uplink. This mode required you to carry what they call a drone, basically a ball, and you couldn't fire your weapon like anybody else. You also showed up on the map, leaving you exposed and very visible. There was no doubt that doing the dirty work resulted in more deaths and fewer opportunities to find kills, and because of this, Karma's stats were not exactly the greatest, leading fans to express their frustrations when OpTic were losing.
A lot of questions about Karma recently. Yeah. You know, statistically speaking, is he doing the right thing? I know he's got a lot of hate from some of the Green Wall fans saying, oh, his stats, they don't live up to what we expected from a 2-time world champ. Counter argument, look at the role he's playing. There's only so many kills you're going to get when you're playing with the likes of, Krim.
But thankfully, OpTic didn't lose much, and at the final event of the year, Karma decided it was time to play to his strengths a little bit more. At MLG Worlds, he opted to use the sniper more frequently, taking over from fan favourite Formal. But as the tournament progressed, any doubts were instantly erased as Karma hit some of the best snipes of the year.
Slipping. Did he see that front player at green? Yes, he does. He's able to catch Saints now. Stuck in a 1v1. Him and Octane in this battle. The quick scope. Oh my gosh, Karma with the flashy plays. Unstoppable. We've seen this for years from the guy.
Not jump snipe. An actual oh my god, he hit it the second time today. A pleasure to watch. He's going to find the second. I'm so glad you changed to his perspective, Chris.
His selfless playstyle undoubtedly helped OpTic win multiple tournaments that season, making plays the scoreboard doesn't always show. In Black Ops 3, his playmaking ability would only continue to rise, as Karma continued his transition into one of the best all-rounders that we have ever seen. Black Ops 3 introduced specialists to the game, and Karma found the perfect fit for his playstyle. The Heatwave ability allowed him to impact the game in crucial moments, knowing just when to use it for maximum impact. At MLG Orlando, Karma took his clutch factor to historic heights. Against Kingsman in pool play, he had arguably the best map 5 performance ever witnessed.
I do not think he has any hope here. Maybe. Oh! Heatwave? Heatwave? He has Heatwave. This is possible now.
Please, my heart. My heart. 1v3.
I can't handle this.
Parasite.
Parasite doesn't spot him.
I don't know if they have any idea what's going on. Now
on the outer wall. Oh my God!
Oh, and he's leaving the bags.
Just pulled off the impossible.
He's one. Cuts him down.
Oh, no.
1 versus 1. This is for everything. Another 1v3 opportunity for Karma. Karma, Mox, everything on the line. Karma peeks out. He gets the kill. Karma, you're the best ever. 2 rings.
But it wasn't just search and destroy. In Uplink, his ability to intercept the ball in tense situations made it impossible for anyone to ignore.
He's going to go ahead and set up the one interception again.
Karma again with a huge play in Uplink.
OpTic won the event, and Karma was awarded MVP for his plays, despite not having the highest KD ratio. This was the ultimate exclamation point on his evolution as a player, showcasing you don't need the most kills to be the most impactful. But even with multiple championships, trouble was brewing beneath the surface. At the World Championship, the cracks were exposed as OpTic crashed out in 7th place again, this time with Karma. Before the tournament, Karma was caught on stream, voicing his frustration with the team's lack of objective play.
Right there, we just called to wrap, and I'm pushed up, and I had to go back and grab the ball again. I'm sick of doing that.
Karma was always the scapegoat on this team due to his playstyle, and this narrative was only further fueled as OpTic once again failed to win the World Championship despite being heavy favourites. As the Infinite Warfare season arrived, the pressure was even higher on Karma to raise his game or risk losing his spot on the biggest organisation in COD. And this lit a new fire under Karma, setting the stage for another unforgettable season. At the second event in Atlanta, Karma clutched what many regard as the most important 1v1 in the history of COD, certainly in the history of OpTic. Had he lost, almost certainly the dynasty would have fallen apart, but after winning it, he started making plays from the gods, and his best play was arguably in the grand final.
One more player behind him going to win that gunfight as well. You see he's working his way towards streaks, working his way towards the abilities. One more kill for Karma inside the hard point. Caught there.
To be able to hold any kind of control for very long here.
Yeah, I mean, it's good plays by both teams. It just does not work out in their favor. You see one player coming across the bridge on the mini-map right here to challenge Karma. He's able to win that as well.
Have the best Friday and Saturday, some off games, but today he's been lights out as he continues to go. There's the 6, 25 off the bombardment. Damon Barlow looking to get set up here with full streaks, and there's a little Humpty Dumpty.
The bags are out.
Fans were mind blown as they saw Karma go on a killing spree that we rarely saw from him in an OpTic jersey. Karma was back, and with it, his bad manners returned. But in the end, OpTic lost the event and were now on a 3-event losing streak. Panic started to creep in, but Karma was hungrier than ever to deliver success back to the green wall. And at the following event in Paris, he showed why Atlanta was no fluke, as he went on yet another rampage.
Keeps going now as he swaps to the NV4, another one for Karma, a hot start 5, and oh!
Retaliation, a map where typically OpTic Gaming will rock 2 NV4s, one from Karma and Crim 6. It doesn't matter what Karma uses right now, this guy is lights out! 8 and oh, and he's pre-fire again! What is he doing? Get back up the map, get in there!
But even with his slaying revival, Karma's clutch factor remained sky high. At the following event in Dallas, it was another career-defining tournament. In the grand final against E-United, revenge was served in the best way possible. In the uplink, OpTic completed a miraculous comeback, with Karma icing up again in the dying moments. But a mastermind like Karma doesn't stop there. In the Search and Destroy, Karma added another iconic clutch to his never-ending catalogue.
Standing as Crim 6 falls at the hands of Gunless, Arcades gets burned. Karma's gonna decide to use this camo, and he's going for Gunless, who's on the defuse. No one saw him coming. Karma bought him enough time. It's OpTic Gaming's Karma playing insane right now.
But ultimately, E-United proved to be a difficult opponent to beat, and after a 9th map grueler, the series went all the way to a 10th and final map. These are the moments where the big players, the big game players, and the ice-cold players step up. And Karma is all three, and went out with a bang.
Karma gonna stay alive. It's a 1v1 now. Karma's able to win it.
Steenie finds Silly as well. Karma 6-1 at this point, make it 7-1. He's looking for the ace on Arcades, and there it is.
Here's the camo play I was talking about from Karma. He's going to be able to get pristine. He picks up a second as well. Gets fully streaked out. OpTic Gaming running through E-United here.
Down goes Arcades, down goes Pristini, it's all OpTic Gaming!
From almost breaking up to now winning back-to-back events, Karma played his part in bringing OpTic Gaming back to the top. But the next few would not be as smooth sailing, as OpTic failed to even make the final of the next 2 tournaments. And with the World Championship just around the corner, fans became worried again about their chances at the big one. But OpTic bounced back in a big way, winning Stage 2 playoffs by taking down EnVy in 2 best-of-5s. This win gave them the momentum they needed to head into the biggest event of the year with confidence. But in a massive shock, OpTic was yet again knocked down to losers by EnVy for the 2nd year running.
That was a huge turning point. It could have been Krim like rah rah rah, and everyone else could just be losing their minds. But no, everyone was just like, we're still in this.
The curse has been broken. The dynasty has been cemented. They are the greatest roster in Call of Duty history.
After an incredible battle, OpTic emerged victorious as world champions at last, and for Karma, this victory was especially sweet. His 3rd world championship on LAN, a feat that no other player has matched to this day. But unfortunately, this would be the Dynasty's final tournament win. After nearly 3.5 years of dominance, OpTic decided it was finally time to make a roster change in World War II and break up the Dynasty. Karma was always the easy scapegoat for fans whenever OpTic failed to win, and his time had finally come. Karma was brought back to OpTic, and they said sorry when they won that opening event in Black Ops 4, but the final season of his career did not play out as he wanted it to. As competitive transitioned into a franchise league, this made things rather messy in terms of signing contracts. The best players were picked up early, leaving the rest of the franchises effectively fighting over the scraps. This was apparent with Seattle Surge, who acquired Karma as star man with multiple other objective-minded players. The entire community could tell this roster composition was not particularly great, and for a born winner like Karma, this was a disaster. To make matters worse, the pandemic arrived as management made it clear they were not going to sign any more players or intend in any way to make the team better. Unsurprisingly, Karma departed from COD in typical Karma fashion. He just retired mid-season and later vented his frustration on practically everyone.
Till this day, Surge can go themselves. Like, actually. That, like, ruined my thoughts on, like, any other, like, team. I would just not do it. It was such a bad experience.
And after his playing career was over, his trash talk seemed to step down a few rungs, but his competitive nature never went away. Stepping back into the fold as coach for OpTic Texas during 2024, his transition has already been hugely successful, with 2 consecutive world championships to his name, taking his total up to 5 rings. There's a reason why Karma, for all of his pros and his cons as a player, is considered one of the smartest players of all time, and now possibly the best coach in the league. And with the return of his competitive spirit, so too the trash talk.
So you don't look at the other coaches and you're like, I want to outcoach you?
I don't give a fuck. I don't know who half the coaches are.
Slightly more reserved and mild manners at times these days, but sometimes even putting his own team on blast.
Like, I don't know, the biggest thing playing versus them is we can't play like puss. I don't think we played like puss, but like...
Over 12 years on from his first world championship, many seem to forget just how good he was as a player. Karma in his prime transcended the esports, blending cool composure with ruthless brilliance. 3 rings as a player, 2 dynasties, and a prime that redefined what greatness looked like, a standard that few will ever reach.